Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Project Planning and Documentation, Week 10. We are moving right along. Kind of a short week last week for Week 9. You had a written assignment for client involvement, the discussion post, which I've already been in and reviewing. Just keep in mind to make sure you're using the classmates' names on those feedback posts. But other than that, I think everybody's hitting that initial post deadline. And then, of course, all of the written assignments, course projects, those are all going to be due on Sunday midnight. So looking at Module 10 this week, we're going to talk about project portfolio management. You have the written assignment, a discussion post, and your final course project is due, which I have not seen any yet, but I know some people have been working on them as I had opened up the week early. So this week's objectives for this week is to explain the concepts of project portfolio management, list and apply the 5 phases of project portfolio management life cycle, and discuss the establishment of a portfolio strategy. Through your written assignment, we're going to be talking here about PPM. Basically, you're going to write a 1 to 2 page Word document and address the following questions. What criteria, as far as time, cost, value, etc., must be in sequence of activities to meet in order to qualify as a project for the portfolio? Why did you answer it this way? And what criteria have the most impact on project portfolio management, PPM? Are there any additional considerations, concerns that you want to address? And remember, that is due Sunday midnight. Kind of addressing out the rubric, so you have 5 points, it's 1 to 2 pages, that you've addressed the time, cost, values, etc. at 10 points, that you've addressed the criteria most impacted for the portfolio, and then of course proper APA formatting. The final draft, basically if you're a little confused on how to put this together, I would refer back to week 2 for the introduction. That really breaks it down for you. But you basically have about 3 sections that you need to pull together: an introduction and a conclusion. Should be about 3 to 4 pages in length. It should be at least 3 to 4 pages. If you go over, that's fine. I'm not gonna like ding you if it's too long. You also want to keep it in a reasonable length as well. But certainly should be at least 3 to 4 pages. As you've turned in at least 2 parts of this already, your introduction, the other 2 sections, and your conclusion should easily get you to the 3 to 4, actually probably more like 4 to 5 pages in length. And of course, make sure you use proper APA formatting. So you've got 15 points for the final draft, 25 points that you've hit your project idea. You have an introduction to the project and a conclusion that kind of wraps everything together. Very important. And then of course 3 to 4 pages in length, and then APA formatting, research of all references, and that you basically have added in any types of, as I've graded a few of the assignments that go into this, make sure you've made those corrections, because I could go back and review that. Also, keep in mind that while you're putting your paper, collating your paper together, you want to make sure that it has a nice flow and transition. I will be looking for that as well. So it should not just be, here's the paper, here's the other paper, here's my conclusion. Make sure that there's a good flow for the final paper, because I will deduct points for that as part of mechanics, spelling, grammar, APA formatting, etc. So discussion question 10 for this week is important phases. So consider the question as you continue to look at project portfolio management. Within the project portfolio cycle, there are 3 important phases to evaluate, prioritize, and select. What sort of data is required to make these 3 phases most effective? Why not? Explain your answer. Initial post Wednesday, final post Saturday. Then of course your extra credit. I've only had, I don't think I've had anybody in here actually take me up on the extra credit yet. So this is still available up until the end of the term, which is September 18th. And I will pretty much replace it with your lowest like assignment grade. So kind of keep that in mind. You will need to have this in again by that September 18th deadline. Questions and comments or concerns, you can email me. You can reach out to your fellow classmates, or we can set up a time where we can meet in my Adobe room. So if anybody has any further questions, please reach out. Other than that, I think everybody's doing really well. We are coming to the home stretch. We're almost there. Week 11 is right around the corner. And yes, I've moved. So my new office looks very bare, as I'm still waiting on other furniture to come in. So hopefully it'll all be in its place very soon, because I do not like to be disorganized. So hope everybody has a great week 10, and I will see you guys soon. Bye now.